at West Fargo High School here on the ND Sports Channel. You're having a great afternoon so far. Getting ready for the junior varsity game here between the Packers and the Firebirds. Two teams are lined up in the middle of the court, ready to go. I don't have West Fargo written into my scorebook yet, but we'll do the best we can here and write them in ASAP. And West Fargo will win the opening tip-off, and we're underway here in the junior varsity game between the Packers and the Firebirds. Lauren Van Winkle with the basketball right now. Once again, I got to write these in here little by little. Ball will go out of bounds. They'll stop the clock with 17:36 to go here in the first half. Inbounds pass for the Packers along the baseline. And it's 2-0 in favor of West Fargo. Scoring the bucket was Jessica Walsvik. Clock stopped with 16:41 to go now. Three was scored there by Abby Clayman. Once again, once I get these names written in here, we will be a little bit more focused on the action there, but we'll keep you up to date on who scores and who, all that good stuff. Had an issue with our camera right before game time and got Devils Lake written in, but I didn't have a chance to get West Fargo written in. Mid-post jumper is up. That's off the backside of the rim. Offensive rebound, then it's taken away by Devils Lake. 15.5 to go. Long pass up court. Caught up to it in the corner. Worked the ball around to the far side. Now back into the near wing here. That is Maya Barent. That shot is up and no good. West Fargo will pull down the rebound. All right, we got them all written in there, so appreciate your patience there. And that shot is up, and I'll bounce off the backboard. Down low, and that will just trickle off the left side of the rim. Devils Lake will come down with the rebound. They'll work the ball back up over the timeline here with 14:05 and counting to go. On the near wing for Devils Lake is Maya Berend, a 5'8" junior guard / forward. That shot is up and no good, and the defensive rebounds pulled down by Van Winkle. Van Winkle will pass the ball as she crosses the timeline into the near wing. They'll work into the corner. The three is up and in out of the hands of Abby Clayman. That's her second triple, and it is an 8-0 lead here for the West Fargo Packers here in the first half of play of the junior varsity game. Quickly back the other way, another baseline jumper, a little too strong, but an offensive board, and then they'll kick it back out to the far wing into the hands there of Van Winkle. Van Winkle will dribble up in between the circles, now switch directions, go back towards the far wing. Now she'll swing it up top there into the hands of Twito. Twito will get the ball back after a pass, work it into the free throw line, now making a move through the paint, it's up and in. It's a double-digit lead, it's a 10-0 lead for the West Fargo Packers, and we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout with them. Be back in 30 here on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. All right, welcome back. Another timeout. It's 10-0 West Fargo here. All 10 points have been scored by Walsvik and Clayman. Clayman with 6, Walsvik with 4. Reached just in front of 6 o'clock here on the ND Sports Channel from West Fargo High School. Certainly appreciate you tuning in. Once again, the varsity game will be coming up after the conclusion of this one here. Devils Lake has the ball now. They'll work it down low, work it back out top. Outside, long 2, foot on the line. It's up and in, and Devils Lake is on the board. It's 10-2. Three is up and in. It's Van Winkle with a triple. And a steal there by Twito. And that will scoot its way out of bounds. They'll go back to the Firebirds. 13-2. Devils Lake varsity team will come into the varsity matchup with a 5-0 record. They've been pretty impressive this year so far. Work the ball near side, now right above the free throw line, back out top, now over into the far corner, into the hands of Avery Swenson. Swenson, cross-court pass into the hands of Berent, and that one's stolen away, and back the other way comes Ashlyn Deemer, and that one will go out of bounds, and it'll be back to the Firebirds. 13-2. They never put up on the scoreboard who scored for Devils Lake, and I missed it myself. So I don't know who got the lone bucket thus far for Devils Lake, but it is 13-2. Near wing, it's Berent. Working into the corner, cross-court pass, far wing, now far corner. It's Berent once again, a 5'7" sophomore. Now the three is up off the right side of the rim and no good. Defensive rebound turns into a turnover, and Devils Lake will maintain possession of the basketball, pushing it into the hands there of Maya Berent. Maya, I believe. Maya, excuse me. There's two Berents, and they both start with the letters M-A on the first name. You got Maya and then Milena, I believe is the other one. Inbounds pass, and that would be a jump ball. It will. Jump ball will be the call. Inbounds pass comes on the near wing to Swenson. Now they'll push into the far corner. Number 21, I don't have that written in on my Devils Lake JV roster, I would imagine. Kira Olsen, possibly, or Rachel DeLon. Not sure which one. They got two 21s on there. It's always hard to tell on junior varsity if it's going to be a varsity player playing or if it's somebody bumped up from the C squad. .17 and counting to go here in the first half of play. Swenson with the ball right now, dribbles up top of the key, swings it far wing into the hands of Berent. Now they'll work the ball inside of the paint. Shot is up and in off the glass. And it was the unidentified number 21 player who got the bucket. And that ball will be taken back. And will that be a travel or a foul? It'll be a foul. Inbounds pass comes into Swenson. Now they bounce into the corner there for Gord. Got a push underneath here, I believe, on either Diamond or Walsvik, one of the two. .940 to play in the first half of play. Inbounds pass, top of the key, catch and shoot three, and then off the hands of Marissa Gord, who made the inbounds pass and it went out of bounds. So .914 to go here. First half of play, 13-4. Van Winkle with 3 points. Wide open for two, straight away from the basket. And that one will rattle in and out, and it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be Devils Lake Firebirds basketball. 13-4. It was a quick start for the Packers and a slow start for the Firebirds, and now it's kind of going slow for both teams right now. Shot is up, off the back iron, won't go. Loose ball rebound comes down into the hands there of Ashlyn Deemer. They'll get it up court there into the hands of Clayman. Clayman looks inside. The pass across the lane was intercepted, and it ends up back in the hands of the Packers. Offensive rebound off the missed shot, and after all that, it'll go back to Devils Lake. All right, Firebirds with a baseline inbounds pass will go into the hands there of Swenson. Work it back up top now. That is Berent. And the ball will trickle its way out of bounds. Last touch by West Fargo. Stay with the Firebirds. 13-4 with 8:24 to go here in the first half of play. Want to send a shout out to Jay, the athletic director here, allowing us to come up and set up here high on top of the stands. I absolutely love this view. We're here for a volleyball game, early fall, and we're here for an EDC regional play-in volleyball game where we got to sit courtside on that one. We had a radio broadcast of that one. You can find that radio broadcast under the game rewind button. Hover over that, click on volleyball, and it'll be not too far down the screen. The most recent game's always at the top, and the oldest game is always at the bottom. Since that game we did here was towards the end of the season, it will be towards the top of the page. Of course, this game and the varsity game will also be available for a 24/7 replay on our website under the game rewind button. In this case, you click on basketball. That basketball is stripped away. West Fargo will keep possession of it, though. They'll work it into the far corner. Now they'll look inside, back out to the far wing, and chasing it down there in between the circles was Caitlin Twito. They'll give it back to Twito. Twito, cross-court pass into the hands of Diemert. Loose ball was picked up there by Krogfoss, a 6-foot sophomore. Back the other way, shot is up, won't go, and ball swatted around that, goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Packers will stay with the Firebirds. Once again, 7:21 to go here in the first half of play. The ball inside there to Berent, 5'7" sophomore. Entry pass was tipped back into the hands there. And now she'll tee it up for three, and that one's a little bit too strong. Rebound underneath there by Krogfoss, and then a whistle and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow will favor the West Fargo Packers. It's been a while since I've had a possession arrow that I could see. The last few basketball broadcasts, it's been facing away from me. I've been behind the scorer's table. In this case, I'm in front of it. As you can see, the scorer's table's on the opposite side of the court of where I stand. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. Back in 30 seconds. This is high school junior varsity basketball on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. All right, welcome back. 13-4, Packers have the basketball. Bounce pass down low, and it's stripped away, and back the other way comes the Firebirds. All the way to the hoop. Shot is up, won't go. The question is, the foul come before or after the act of shooting? And it looks like it will be before. There'll be a baseline inbounds pass here. Triggering that inbounds pass will be Marissa Gord, the 5'6" junior for the Firebirds. Once again, 13-4. Packers have the lead here. A little over halfway through the first half of play. 18-minute halves, just under 7 minutes to go here in this one. At the top of the key there for the Firebirds is Berent. Cross-court pass near side to Gord. There's two Gords and two Berents, so I suppose if I just say one of those two names, there's a good chance that one of those two have the basketball. High post jumper is up and a little too strong off the back glass. Neither team has scored in a handful of minutes, and that could change right here, and it does. Laying it on off the glass there is Lalela Gord, a 5'8" sophomore. Deemer will dribble in. Shot's a little short. Struggle for the rebound. It's ripped away underneath and put in up the glass. I believe it was Deemer. No, check that. It was Walsvik. So Walsvik has 6. Clayman has 6, and Van Winkle has 3, and that's your scoring update. You add those all up, and it turns into 16. Shot is up. That one's up and in. 17-8 is our score. Front of the rim won't go. Loose ball. Offensive rebound. There's some bumping underneath, and a whistle will blow. That'll stop the clock with 4:55 to go here in the first half of play, and we'll send the Firebirds to the line to shoot some free throws. Front of the rim, first one's no good. At the line is Layla Gore, the 5'8" sophomore. Second free throw from Gord's up and in. 17-9 now. As Van Winkle worked the ball into the hands of Clayman. That shot is up, won't go. Rebound comes down to Swenson. Swenson will bring it up over the timeline. Dribble up top of the key, pick up her dribble, swing it far side there into the hands of Brent. Brent still with the ball, looking inside. And a quick pass across the lane, and somewhere in the mix there, a hand hit an arm, and that'll bring the whistle and stop the clock with 4:28 to go here in the first half of play. 17-9 is our score. West Fargo has the lead. Shot's a little too strong. She's now 1 for 3 on free throw line. She'll get the ball back to Brent, cross court, Swenson for 3. Got it! 14-12, and Avery Swenson's on the board with a triple, and that pulls the Firebirds within 5. West Fargo work the ball around the top of the key. Right now it's Clayman, just 6 points. That goes off somebody's shoe. A whistle sound. They'll stop the clock with 3:54 to go here in the first half of play. Bounce pass into the far corner there for Van Winkle. It's a catch and shoot 3 that'll rattle in and out there out of the hands of Ashlyn Deemert. Deemert will get it back. Now she'll make a move into the paint. Draw some contact and probably step up to the free throw line here. And she will indeed. First trip to the free throw line for the Packers in the game so far. It comes at the 3:46 mark of the first half of play. And that one's too strong. Off the back iron and no good. And it remains 17-12. Second one's up and in. 18-12, it's a 6-point lead for the Packers now with a little over 3.5 to go. That pass is intercepted, another turnover here. Pressure in the backcourt, now the Packers will bring it up over the timeline. It's Ashlyn Deemer all the way to the hoop, can't get it to drop in. Firebirds will pull down the rebound. Quickly back the other way now, and she'll go all the way to the hoop and can't get that one to go in. And the Packers will pull down the rebound. Claire Schaefer, to be more specific. Loose ball, and I believe a foul was called, and it was. Not sure on who at this point in time. 3:18 to go here in the first half. It was called on Devil's Leg, so the Packers will have the ball. An inbounds pass from in front of their own bench comes into the hands of Claire Schaefer. Schaefer, a 5'4" junior. Puts in the hands near wing Twito. Now Deemert, excuse me. 3 off the mark, and Firebirds pull down the rebound. 2:57 and counting to go. Get over the timeline into the hands of Maya Brent. Top of the key three is on its way. That one won't go. Offensive rebound is up and in. That is Malaya Brent with the deuce. 18-14. So after a strong start by the Packers here off a couple of threes by Abby Clayman, the Firebirds have worked their way back into this one. That shot's up and in. That was a beauty shot right there. About 10 feet out. That was Clayman with the shot, and she has 10 points now. Packers working the ball around the perimeter. They put it into the hands there of Diemert, excuse me. And Diemert makes a move to the basket. It almost dropped in, but she'll get a chance to get those 2 points the hard way with her team leading by 6 and 2:04 remaining here in the first half. It's up and in. One for two on that trip. She's 2 for 4 in the game. 21-14 is our score. Work the ball into the lane, turn around off the mid-low block. There is up and in out of the hands of Carly Krogfoss, and 21-16. It is a 5-point basketball game. Diemert looks down low, catch and shoot. Clayman up and in. That's 12 for Clayman here in the first half. 23-16. Catch and shoot, that was a 2-pointer. Foot was on the line. 23-18. So it was Maya Brent who had the that shot early in the first half that I did not get recorded. So now all the scoring is accurate. 23-18, 48 seconds to go here. As Diemert will pull down that ball there and rip it away, and deflected ball that she'll gain possession of, and she'll bring it back the other way. Top of the key now, that is Schaefer. Schaefer puts it into the hands of Twido. Twido will get it back here on the near wing. Top of the key to Schaefer, over to Diemert. Diemert makes a spin move. 20 seconds to go, 3 on the shot clock, and a foul will be called, stopping the clock with 20 seconds exactly. Shot clock will be turned off now, and if Devils Lake chooses to, they can hold for the final shot here of the first half. They'll put it near wing into the hands of Berent. Now up top, Swenson back to Berent. They'll look inside now for Krogfoss. Krogfoss will earn a trip to the free throw line. Firebirds 1 for 3 in the game from the free throw line. This will be their 4th free throw attempt here in the first half. Krogfoss will put it up a little too strong on that one. 7.4 seconds to go. Second free throw's up and in. 23-19 as Krogfoss will put it in, and 4 seconds to go. Diemert has the ball, driving towards the baseline, lost it out of bounds. They'll go back to Devils Lake. They'll have 0.9. And 3/4 court shot goes about what would have been half of the length of the court. And if she would have tossed that up from the midcourt stripe, it may have hit the rim. But it falls a little bit short, and that brings us to halftime here with your score, 23-19. We'll be back here in a few moments with your halftime numbers and all that good stuff right here on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter, search @NDScores, and get the same scores on your mobile device every night. The ND Sports Channel is your home for Fargo Davies soccer in 2019. This spring, catch select matches for the girls team live on the ND Sports Channel, scheduled to be determined. And this fall, catch all the Eagles boys soccer matches, both home and away, live on the ND Sports Channel. Watch on-demand replays of the 2018 soccer season by clicking on soccer under the game rewind button on our website, ndsportschannel.com. April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcasts of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo. All right, welcome back. We are at halftime here. Your halftime score is 23-19. West Fargo 2 for 4, 50% from the free throw line. We got Devils Lake at 2 of 5, or 40% from the free throw line. The Firebirds are led in scoring right now by Maya Barrett with 4 points, a 5'8 junior, followed by 3 points apiece for the 5'8 sophomore Layla Gord, as well as the 6' sophomore Carly Krogfoss. And then, and then Avery Swenson, the 5'5 sophomore, also has 3 points, and then 2 apiece for Malayla Brent, a 5'7 sophomore, as well as number 21, which we don't have a name for number 21. She's not on the roster that I got from, there's 2 21s. I'm not sure which 21 it is, but she has 2 points. So if you happen to know who number 21 is, you can text us here at 701-404-9072. That'll come right to our broadcast booth here at West Fargo High School, and then we can write her in. We can identify her appropriately. So we certainly apologize for that. Don't want to misidentify a player. And we've tried it in the past, and we're just not up for that. So for West Fargo, they're led by Abby Clayman. She has 12 points. Not a bad first half here for Clayman. 5'6 junior, and then Jessica Walsvik has 6 points, as well as Ashlyn Diemert with 2, and Lauren Van Winkle with 3. And Diemert's taken all 4 of the Packers' 4 free throw attempts. She's made 2 of them. She's 50% from the line in the first half. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll have the second half of play right here on the ND Sports Channel. Here at halftime, it's the West Fargo Packers 23, Devils Lake Firebirds 19. This is high school junior varsity basketball on the ND Sports Channel. The ND Sports Channel is a proud supporter and broadcast partner with North Dakota Softball All-Stars. The games and skills competition for the 3rd annual Shields ND Softball All-Stars Series are scheduled for June 3rd and 4th, 2019, and it'll all be live on the ND Sports Channel. Let's team up and help ND Softball All-Stars make the program the best it can be for the final high school softball game for the top seniors in the state of North Dakota. Send your donations to ND Softball All-Stars, P.O. Box 6544, Fargo, North Dakota 58109, or you can also donate on the ND Softball All-Stars Facebook page. For more information on ND Softball All-Stars, check out the website, ndsoftballallstars.com. Let's team up to support a great program for a great sport in the great state of North Dakota. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had 0 broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter. Search @ND Scores to get the same scores on your mobile device every night. All right, welcome back. I want to thank the viewer who sent in the text to us. Certainly appreciate that. It is Rachel Dolan, if I'm saying that correctly, a 5'11 freshman who has the the previously unidentified 2 points for the Devils Lake Firebirds as we get ready for the second half of play here. It's 23-19. The Firebirds within 4 here, trailing the West Fargo Packers. And in the second half of play, the Packers will be going from right to left. The Firebirds will be going from left to right. Once again, this game will be available for a 24/7 replay on our website at ndsportschannel.com. Hover over the game rewind button, click on basketball, and within 24 hours after the conclusion of the varsity game tonight, the games will be available for you to watch at your convenience on demand. There's a nice little half hook shot there by Jessica Walsvik. That puts 2 more on the board for the Packers. 25-19, quickly the other way, and they respond just as quick. Leila Gord got the bucket. She has 5 now for Devils Lake, and Devils Lake will get the ball back. On the near wing there, it's Brent. Brent now 2 passes later, far side 3. That looked like it may have had a chance to bounce back in, but it did not, and then the ball will roll out of bounds, and it'll go back to the West Fargo Packers, stopping the clock with 17-14 to go here in the second half of play. Once again, junior varsity. Varsity is coming up next here on the ND Sports Channel. Pressure in the backcourt now by the Firebirds as the Packers, Abby Clayman tries to work it up over the timeline, and that'll go off a knee and out of bounds and go back to the Firebirds. Says 24-21, I apologize. Sometimes that scoreboard key sticks. It's actually 25-21. 17 minutes to go here in the second half as the Firebirds work it down low and get it in off the glass. Nice job there. Once again, that key is sticking. There we go, it's 23. It was Krogfoss who got that last basket there for the Firebirds. She has 7. Free throws up and in. 26-23, a 3-point game. Second free throw is up. That one will trickle in as well. 2 for 2. It was Van Winkle who got the free throws. It's kind of hard to see the jersey number there for a moment. But we got it. Still a 4-point game now, 27-23. Had to look at the scoreboard to figure that one out. Now Krogfoss steps up to the free throw line. It's her second trip. She's 1 for 2 so far in the game and make it 1 for 3. She'll miss that first one, but she'll get at least one more to try and pull her team within 3 and make it a 1-possession game. That one's a little too strong off the back rim. Rebound eventually pulled down by Clayman. Clayman pushes it over into the hands of Diemert here on the near wing. She'll give it back to Clayman. Check that. That is Van Winkle, excuse me. Van Winkle with the ball. Now we're working inside. Diemert at the free throw line. Gets around a couple defenders and won't get that one to bounce in. Offensive board is up and in. That's Jessica Walsvik. And she is in double digits now with 10 points, and it's a 5-point lead. Once again, I don't know why that scoreboard is acting up on us here. We apologize. Okay, instead of adjusting it, we'll just add 1 point. Instead of taking 1 point away. There we go. 29-25 is your score. Van Winkle trying to make a move in, and Firebirds will pull down the rebound. Malaya Barent will get the ball back here on the near wing. Long 2 is up, in and out. That one won't go. Snagging the rebound there was Leila Gord, and then they'll lose it out of bounds. It'll go back to West Fargo Packers. 15:07 to go. It was either 1 or 7 as the basketball hoop was blocking my vision of the clock, but 15:07 it is as I peek down a little bit. A little pressure in the backcourt here by the Firebirds, and that pressure will be enough to have the ball go out of bounds, but it'll stay with West Fargo. So they'll trigger the inbounds pass from in front of the scorer's table on the far side of the court, 29-25. 15:03 and counting to go here in the second half of play. Nice look down low. Deemert will get it up, but won't get it in. Ball's poked away. They'll get it back to Deemert. She gets it up and in. 31-25 now. Work the ball down low, bounce pass, foot on the line, long two. Yes, that was, it looked like the ref put his hand up for a moment, then he put it back down. Give the bucket there, I believe, to Maya Berendt. That is indeed who got credit for the basket. 31-27 as a result. Deemert down low once again, can't get that one to go, and then after all that, somebody smacked somebody's arm, and I'll put Bryn Geeson at the free throw line for the West Fargo Packers, with their team leading by 4 with 14-10 and counting to go. Well, not counting, but 14-10 to go here in the second half. A little too strong off the back of the rim there for Geeson, 0 for 1. That's the first miss of the second half. They were 4 of 6 prior to that free throw. Now they're 4 of 7 in the game. And the second free throw's up and in. 1 for 2 on that trip. 1 for 2 in the game for Geeson. (32-27), 14 minutes to go. Loose ball will get, I think it might have been the Packers who touched that last. And that will indeed be the case. The Firebirds will maintain possession of the basketball here. Triggering the inbounds pass is Maya Berendt, a 5'8" junior for the Firebirds. That pass will come into the hands of, can't see the jersey number from up here. There we go, it's the other Berendt. (13:37 to go here in the second half. It's a 5-point game. Deemert has it, top of the key. Now they'll work it down to the baseline. Shot is up, won't go. Pulling down the rebound there was Maya Berendt. Firebirds will bring it back. Swenson on the near wing, looking down low. The pass got tipped and it stays in bounds, or did it? No. At some point, one of the Packers were out of bounds when that ball was touched. Now created an inbounds pass off the baseline here for the Firebirds. 13-14 to go here in the second half. 32-27. Firebirds with a basket here can cut it to a 1-possession game. They'll work it inside there. That's Gord. But then Swenson will get it back up top, and she'll back up in between the circles. Reset here for the Firebirds. Near wing, that's Berendt. Brent will put it up for 3. A little off the mark to the left side of the rim, and that will be the shot clock buzzer that you hear, and that will give the ball back to the West Fargo Packers as the shot didn't hit the rim, therefore the shot clock did not reset, and now we have a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here for this timeout. 12:57 to go here in the second half, 32-27. Want to thank our sponsors, including Quality Home Restorations and Game Time, and our honorary sponsors, the Fargo North Booster Club, the Fargo South Booster Club, and the North Fargo Softball Booster Club, for helping make the station what it is today. Started out as an online radio station a little over a year ago, and just this past summer during summer softball, we started trying the video broadcast, and they were successful for the most part. And as we continue on, they seem to be mostly successful. I think we've had a few glitches in this game here. Wi-Fi not quite as strong at West Fargo High School as it is at the other ones, but strong enough to do a broadcast, let's put it that way. In the worst case scenario, the recorded version will be uploaded to our YouTube page here. if this one doesn't work out. But I'm not too concerned about it. But fair to say that Jay did warn me about it, and I was like, I'm not too worried about it. I've had success in the past here with every game that I've done, so we'll do it again. He's like, all right, well, come on up. So certainly appreciate Jay and the rest of the crew here at West Fargo High School for allowing this to become possible today. And originally didn't have this game on the schedule. I don't know if, like, when we were creating the schedule at the beginning of the season, if this game just simply got overlooked or what. But originally we were going to have no game today, and then we looked at the schedule and like, oh, we can do this game here. And Swenson on the near wing makes a spin move, goes down to the baseline. A 6-foot jumper's up and in. Get the points to the wrong team there. 34-29 is our score. 32-29, excuse me. Diemert shot up, 34-29. There it is. Down along the baseline there was Annika Wilhelmi. That's how I was told that it was said by the person taking stats for Devil's Lake. 34-31 is our score, and whistle will sound. They'll stop the clock with 11:38 to go here in the second half. Done over 500 games. It's the first time I've seen cheerleaders at a girls' basketball game. There's always something unique. No matter how many games you do, there's always something unique that happens at a game periodically. I've called a little bit of everything in 500 this year. This is officially game 501, if we're looking to be exact. And well, I've called a little bit of everything. There's 3 things that I can recall off the top of my head that I have not called in a sporting event. Covered 7 different sporting events. Never seen a slam dunk in girls basketball. Not that I'm asking anybody to change that. And then I've never called a game that's gone into double overtime or longer. And then the other thing that is kind of unique, there's a shot up and in. I believe that might have been Berent. I saw a 3 out of the corner of my eye there. It's a 1-point game. And it was indeed Milena Berent who got the bucket. And now Devils Lake will come back. They have a chance to take the lead, but she can't catch up to it, and it's off the fingertips of Gord out of bounds. Now we'll go back to the West Fargo Packers. 10:42 to go here. Once again, junior varsity basketball. Second half of play, 34-33. Packers hanging on to a 1-point lead at the moment. Firebirds putting some pressure in the backcourt. That's Van Winkle with the basketball right now. She'll get it over the timeline there to Walsvik. And now that shot off the front of the rim. Diemer, and an offensive rebound will find its way in. Van Winkle with the bucket. It's back to a 3-point game. Swenson has it now on the near wing. Nice look down low to Krogfoss, excuse me, and it's back to a 1-point game. 36-35. Van Winkle behind the timeline gets it over the timeline into the hands of Diemer. Bounce pass intended there for Schaefer, but it went out of bounds, and I guess they'll stay with West Fargo. Must have been last touched by a Firebird. Claiming with the inbounds pass, got swatted back into her hands, and then they'll work it up into the hands of Van Winkle up top. She'll drive in inside the free throw line. Diemer, little floater there, and that one won't go. Loose ball rebound picked up by Swenson in the corner. And some contact right in front of the mid-court stripe there, and Clayman will pick it up, take it to the hoop, and drop it in. 38-35, and Clayman with 14 points now, according to my numbers, and that's what they got her on the scoreboard for as well. They'll work the ball up with Swenson in between the circles. Firebirds trail by 3 with 9:14 and counting to go here in the second half of play. Swenson with the ball once again. Now she'll look down for, that's Krogfoss. I had to look at my roster there because I wanted to say a different combination of the letters there. They'll work the ball inside. Firebirds doing some great passing here in the second half compared to the first half here. And, well, as a result, they're getting some opportunities. Even though West Fargo's not making it easy, they're certainly trying to work that ball inside, and that shot won't go, and the ball will be tipped around and finally be picked up there by Abby Clayman. Clayman will give it to Van Winkle. Van Winkle across the timeline with 8.5 to go here in the second half. Van Winkle puts into the corner to Schaefer. Schaefer up top. Now outlet pass. Long two is up. That's too strong. And the Firebirds will come back with a chance to either tie or put themselves within one. Substitutions on the horizon here for both teams at the next break in action. Swenson makes a move down the middle and she draws some contact there. That was a nice fake out by the 5'5" sophomore, Avery Swenson. As a result, she'll make a trip to the free throw line. Swenson with 3 points in the game. It'll be her first trip to the free throw line. 8:09 to go, and the free throw will drop in. 38-36, and it's a 2-point game. Firebirds are 2 of 5 or 40% in the first half. So far in the second half, they're 1 for 2, 50%. Two for 2 for Swenson at the line, and the Firebirds are back within one. 38-37. Firebirds have never had the lead. We were tied at 0-0, and now the Firebirds have a chance to take the lead. Swenson has a 3-on-1, back the other way. Bounce pass across the lane, up and no, the shot will not count. The ball will go back to West Fargo. 38-37, 7:53 to go. Deemer, near wing, feeds it back to Van Winkle. She backs up in between the circles, now dribbles up towards the top of the key. Bounce pass over to the far wing, now into the hands of Walsvich. Walsvich will look inside. I believe that's Van Winkle, and she'll get it to drop in. It's back to a 3-point lead as Van Winkle gets another bucket. She had 3 in the first half, and now she has 6. She's doubled her first half effort. Back the other way, a little turnaround shot out of the hands there of Gord. And she has 7 in the game now, and it's 40-39 with 7:05 to go in the second half. Walsvik missed her first shot, got her own rebound, put it back up in, and it's back to a 3-point game. (42-39) is our score. So Swenson will slowly bring it up to and over the timeline with 6:52 and counting. 23 and counting on the shot clock. That pass intended there for Jenna Freilich escaped her fingertips and turnover to the Packers. Coming back the other way, Deemer tried to get it up. And that will be tipped out of bounds. They'll stay with the Packers. Nice defensive play there by the 5'8" sophomore, Leia, I'm having trouble saying that one. Gord, we'll go with that. Ooh, nice job there by Walsvik. She lifted her right foot up in the air to stay in bounds as she was down dangerously close to that baseline, and West Fargo will keep the ball as a result. 42-39. Inbounds pass comes into Walsvik, and now it's back up top to Van Winkle in between the circles. Winkle goes left, will get a screen, and then come back to her right. Now she'll cut into the lane right in front of the free-throw line, a little too strong. And pulling down the rebound there is Rachel Dalen, a 5'11" freshman. They'll work the ball down low. Number 41, that is, I'm gonna guess Avery Ziegler. So only 41 on the roster. So we'll write that one in. Ziegler, a 5'10" senior. (42-41) it remains. Back to a 3-point lead off the bucket by Mariah Schatz. 5:17 and counting. Swenson now near wing, that is Freilich. Pulling down the rebound there is Giesen. Van Winkle trying to work her way through some defenders, gets it over the timeline. Van Wetschel get called for traveling, and that will indeed be the case. 44-41, 4:59 to go. It's a good game here for JV. Devils Lake hanging around in this one, and West Fargo doing just enough to hang on to that 3-point lead. They will not let Devils Lake get any closer than 1 point, but we'll see what happens here down the stretch in the final just shy of 5 minutes, 4:59 to be exact. We'll keep it here during the timeout. It was 23-19 West Fargo at halftime, and at one point, West Fargo had a 13 to 5, if memory serves me correctly, and ever since that point in the game, Devils Lake has tried to battle their way back into it, and well, they have done just that. Now they just need to battle a little bit more here to try and tie this thing up, if not take their first lead of the game here. They've been close. They've had a couple of opportunities off a defensive rebound to come back down to the other end and take the lead, and they just haven't been able to get it to drop. All right, so just got notified that 41 is Erica Nelson. She's on the roster as 43, so we'll change that. She's a freshman. I want to thank the viewer for that information. We certainly appreciate it. She's a 5'11", stands my height, 5'11". 44-41, loose ball on the floor, and they're going to call a jump ball on that. And to be honest, with the angle of the view that the ref had there, that was probably the right call to make, even though the ball never went out of bounds. At least from my vantage point, it did not hit the black stripe right in front of that green there, which you can just, depending on where the camera is sitting at, sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. Like here at center court, you can't see it. So 4.5 to go now, 44-41. Far side there for Clayman. Now back to, see, I couldn't see who that was. That was Walsvik. High post jumper won't go. Rebounds pulled down by the Packers. They work the ball back up top. Far side now, that is Abby Clayman. Cross-court pass is deflected, and Devils Lake will take it away. Swenson moves it up court into the hands of Berent. Berent puts up a shot, and that's a little bit short, but an offensive rebound. Now a little jumper from the baseline, far side of the hoop, won't go. West Fargo will come down with the rebound. Devils Lake lucky to not get a foul there in the backcourt, and West Fargo lucky to keep that ball in bounds in the far corner there. 3:37 and counting to go here in the second half. They work the ball near wing now, and now they'll work it inside, back out top. Free throw line jumper up, won't go. Offensive rebound by Clayman. They'll put it back into the hands of Van Winkle. High post jumper far side off the front of the rim, won't go, and pulling down the rebound there was Krogfoss. And here comes Devils Lake. Down to the baseline, across the paint, wide open, off the glass and in. It's back to a 1-point game. That is Rachel Dahlin, if I'm saying that correctly, who got the bucket there. And now Devils Lake, once again, this is their third opportunity to take the lead, and will they? No, not yet anyway. Offensive rebounds up and in, and now Devils Lake has their first lead of the game. 45-44. 2:45 and counting to go here in this basket, in regulation, we'll say. Shot is up, and the lead's back to West Fargo. So back and forth we go, 46-45. Swenson will bring it down. Work the ball into the hands there of Maya Barent. Down low, that shot won't go. Defensive board pulled down there by Walsvik. 2-on-1, back the other way, swatted out of bounds there by Maya Barent. A nice defensive play because that would have given the Packers a 3-point lead there had she not swatted that one out of bounds. Well, if you were going to ask me who the player of the game was back in the first half, I probably would have said Abby Clayman for West Fargo, but right now, that honor is still up in the air for any player on either team right now. Near wing, Diemer, 5 on the shot clock, 4 on the shot clock, 2 on the shot clock. Shot is up, missed it. That's going to be a shot clock violation. It did not hit the rim. So that'll give the ball back to the Devils Lake Firebirds, and with a minute 52 to go, it's 46-45. West Fargo, for a short period of time, trailed. But they got the lead back, and they're hanging on to that 1-point lead here at the moment. This is a good one. Don't go anywhere. Should be a good finish. Foul underneath, and we'll have a chance to tie this thing up at the free throw line and possibly take the lead as well. 5'8" sophomore Layla Gord. I think I'm saying that right. Layla Gord. And we're tied. She is now 2 of 4 from the free throw line. She went 1 of 3 in the first half. Second free throw is up. Devils Lake has their second lead of the game. 47-46, 2 for 2 on that trip. She's 3 of 5 in the game. 47-46, 135 and counting to go here. As Van Winkle will finally get it over the timeline. Packers will push it into the far corner. Back up top now to Van Winkle. She'll direct traffic, put it back into the hands of Giesen. Now Van Walsvik. Van Winkle. 7 on the shot clock. Minute 14 to go. Van Winkle for 3. That will be out of bounds as it bounced off the front of the rim and hit the top of the backboard. That's one of those turnovers you don't want to go into the stat book as a turnover, but unfortunately that's what it is. Nice ball movement there by the Firebirds. Loose ball, and Packers will come away with it. Van Winkle in the backcourt here. Firebirds have a 1-point lead with 53 seconds and counting to go here in the regulation. It's kind of questionable here. It's almost like don't foul, but if the foul is going to stop the basket from going in, then maybe you do want to foul. Spin move there from Diemer. She lost the ball and it went off somebody's foot. Referee called a kick. And it will, I believe it'll stay with West Fargo, but we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well and be back in just a moment here on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had 0 broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. All right, welcome back for the conclusion of this one here. 32 seconds to go. Devils Lake with a 1-point lead. West Fargo with the basketball. 7 on the shot clock. They'll work their way in. 3 is up, and that will be off the back iron. Won't go. Comes right back to West Fargo, and Diemer threw an elbow there, and we'll see what the ref decides to do. And it looks like it will stay with West Fargo. So I saw the elbow, and there must have been something else that I missed that caused the ball to stay with West Fargo. 17 seconds to go. Inbounds pass, and they will call a foul. That is team foul number 6. Nope, that's number 7. So that will send West Fargo to the line to a chance to tie it here. They'll have a 1-and-1. She has to make the first one to get a second one. They want to talk it over, and well, I don't blame them. 47-46 will keep it right here. Once again, the varsity game coming up after the conclusion of this one, whenever that may be. She makes the free throw here. There's a 50% chance this one could be tied heading into overtime. We'll have to see. At the start of this game, it looked like West Fargo was probably going to run away with it, but Devils Lake found a way to get back into it, keep it close, and well, that's exactly what they need to do. The lower the score is for either team towards the end of the game, the higher chance that one of those two teams will win the game. So 7:02, the varsity game is scheduled for a 7:30 tip-off. And that will all depend upon the finish of this one here. Our next broadcast will be at Fargo South High School. The Bruins will take on the Fargo Shanley Deacons. Well, the boys junior varsity game followed by the girls varsity game, followed by the boys varsity game, and that will be tomorrow. It's at the free throw line is Walsvik, and we're tied. 47-47 with 14.8 seconds to go. This is a big free throw on the horizon here. It's up and it's missed, and we're tied. And now back the other way comes Berent. Up court quickly. 10 seconds to go. Devils Lake has the lead. The bucket there, I believe, was by Maya Berent. Back the other way. Clock is stopped with 7 seconds, and the whistle will blow, and they're going to have to go to the scorer's table and decide what they're going to reset the clock to, because that clock did not start after the basket there by Devils Lake. And matter of fact, the scoreboard in the gym still says 47-47, but it should be 49-47 in favor of the Firebirds. We'll see if they make an adjustment. So they moved the clock to 5.9. Now there's another timeout on the floor, and the scoreboard still says 47-47. I'm pretty sure, unless I missed something, that Devils Lake should have 49. There we go. Now they bumped it up to 48. One more point. That's all they need to do. Hit that button one more time to get it to 49. 5.9, now they've reset the clock to 8.4. And they're showing 48-47. Now it says 49-47, all right. So right now the clock is set at 8.4. The officials still at the scorer's table having a discussion there. The basket was made and there was 7.1 seconds on the clock. West Fargo got it about 3/4 of the way down the court before the clock actually started. Well, if you were wanting an exciting game here, and we don't intend to keep you on the edge of your seat on purpose, we'd rather have the action on the court determine that there, but okay, they're gonna leave it at 8.4 seconds. It'll be an inbounds pass for West Fargo in front of the Firebirds bench. Six seconds to go. It's Diemert with the ball. It goes out of bounds. Back to Devils Lake with 0.7. And that will do it. Devils Lake will win it. What a game here in the junior varsity. 49-47 as Devils Lake trailed for most of the game, and they were able to come back and fight their way to a 2-point victory. Congratulations to the Devils Lake Firebirds. And let's go ahead and add up some numbers here. Bryn Geeson with 1 point for West Fargo. Lauren Van Winkle with, let's see here, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. Mariah Schatz with 2. Abby Clayman with 14. She led the way in, no, I don't want to say that just yet. Ashlyn Diemert had a total of 4 points in the game. And then Walsvik had 6 at halftime, 2, 4, 6, 12, 13. So yes, Abby Clayman led the way for the Packers with 14, followed by Jessica Walsvik with 13 for the Devils Lake Firebirds. Let's see here. They don't have that. I just wanted to double check with the scoreboard, but they don't have that up anymore. Avery Swenson with 5. Let's see here. Melena Barrent with 4. Layla Gord with, let's see, 3 at halftime, 5, 7, 8, 9. Maya Barrent with 4 at halftime plus 2 more for 6. Carly Krogfoss had 3 at halftime. You had 6 to that for 9. Let's see, 4 for Rachel Dolan, and then 2 for Erica Nelson, I believe. I can't even read my own writing. Let me double check the text message here to be sure. Yes, it is Erica. So, and she had 2 points on the night. So that's your individual scoring for the Firebirds and the Packers. We'll wrap things up here and reset the things for the varsity game. Then we'll come back online here in about, they set the clock at 20 minutes here, and right now it's 7:08. That'll put us at about 7:28. And then whenever they stop the clock, so the varsity game scheduled for 7:30 will probably be a little bit closer to 7:40 due to the length of the JV game, but that will do it. We will go off air here and be back in about 10 minutes or less with your varsity game pregame show right here on the ND Sports Channel. Once again, your final score in the junior varsity game, Devils Lake 49, West Fargo 47. Back in a few minutes with the varsity game right here on the ND Sports Channel.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the ND Sports Channel. Did you miss any of the game? Check out Game Rewind on our website at ndsportschannel.com.